All right, fresh solo here, brand new to me anyhow. We're setting up the app a little bit. This is some of the basic settings. I like to set, I like to set them a little fast. Uh, Control the rest of it with my sticks and stuff. Um, yeah, 3/4 of the way up for speed is fine. A little bit higher on the yaw, higher than suggested. Makes it good. I changed the return to home. I bring that up to like 95 feet. It's odd that there really isn't that many 99-foot trees around. But yeah, being that I'm only really using this quad right now with the gimbal, um, it's always going to be apped up. I have a 3DR Solo that I don't use no app on. Just the setup. It's all set up and it's all high. It's high speed as it can go, and still only about 200. I think it's 265 feet. I set it. Solos really don't come out of the air fast enough. I don't feel for putting them up really high. I mean, not that it's a problem, but it's just to me. I don't really need to go 400 feet with a solo to do what I'm doing with it. 265 is ridiculously high to me, if you ask me. But sometimes you have to use it to go higher. But I don't really go past 200 feet to go far. So I can see a solo on a good day about 3,000 foot. That's about it. After that, I lose it. But yeah, I don't think where I fly. I think I only go up about 150 feet when I go out that far, and I go out over water. I've got a couple target areas I'm gonna try. One's a 10-mile trip. The solo without the gimbal is what I'm gonna try to make it with. Looks like it'll make it a round trip of 10 miles. But this solo, like you're seeing how I'm going through the settings. Yeah, it's not going to be for that long of a trip. This is just for like surveying and stuff, looking around. With the control of the gimbal and all, works flawlessly. There's no shaking, no adjustments, no nothing, man. Just right out of the box, right up in the air. I had to take it apart. The original owner never flew it, so he never hooked the gimbal up correctly either. But he did say he never flew it, and I took his word for it and purchased it like this. Not bad. I believed him because I could tell. Everything was brand new, and he never even put the props on it. So I changed them settings. Flew great. I have no issues with it. Didn't have to calibrate it, nothing like that. I don't know if he actually got to that part. He probably didn't. I only had to calibrate my solo after a crash one time. On my other solos, I don't really ever remember calibrating them ever. But I did buy a couple refurbed, so that stuff was probably already done. We had some good flights with it today. This is the first day out. This is the second flight with the adjustments. This thing. I had a great day. The package came with a 3DR backpack, and I was using the Up Air 1, because it had a backpack, and I'll put all my stuff in there, my phones, everything, just take off, and I can go anywhere I want. Bring my companion yoke, and we don't have no problem. We just take off and walk as far as we want. Launch from places where there's absolutely nobody around, which is what I like to do. I don't really even like to talk to anybody when I'm launching unless they're with me. And even that's a distraction. I'm not that good of a pilot. But right here, yeah, man, this is some of my favorite stuff. I'm only showing this. I'm putting this up because, so you can see how I set up the app. Everything's all stock. You see how it works and all. I flew pretty good. I threw this out, maybe 1,000 feet or something today. You have to break the batteries in. So that being said, the batteries are brand new. So they had the storage charges on them. So you got to cycle them about 3 to 5 times before they start working correctly, which they had good battery life, but I'm expecting that to increase. So this is a really good test place. There's never hardly very rarely, maybe somebody will walk by on the path and it's totally avoidable. Nobody's going to walk down through these weeds, or even put a boat out around the perimeter where I fly out over the river. They usually fly out further. Now, when I cross the river, in the summer, a lot of times there's traffic with boats, but that's it. I used the 12-person rule in the 107 book, where if there's 12 or more people, you really shouldn't fly a UAS system. That's one of the rules. It's a good one. Don't seem like it, but it's a good one. Oh, can you do a concert? Can you do this? It's like, no, can't do a concert. There's too many people there. I do have a quad that can do a concert now, though, because it's super light. Working on some micro stuff, and I got a micro brushless quad that hoping to put the Mobius gimbal on it, and I feel kind of confident with it. The BB1, I'll fly that. Not really. It's a little on the heavy side, but I'll fly that around people, I'll say. I feel a little more confident. I do fly it residentially sometimes, and that's about it. That's what the BB1 has its place to me. I feel a little safer if I'm going to have to fly something residential or inspect someone's roof residentially or do something or go look at something. BB1 is perfect, and now I'm looking at a non-GPS logger, which I'm working on, and logger RC, no GPS. Sometimes GPS is in the way also, especially if you're not flying far and you know how to fly. You don't need GPS. GPS will be in the way also if you want to fly under things and stuff like that. So it is a pretty long video for me. Sometimes YouTube makes me re-sign in when I put them up this long. I think it's over 20 minutes. I don't think this is 20 minutes, but I wanted to talk to you about the solos and stuff. And the app is still actually supported by 3DR, so you can send tickets up or questions, and they'll answer you through the app. So if you contact them and send a ticket through the app, or email them through the app up to 3DR, weekday hours, they'll get right back to you. They'll send a ticket right back, and they'll start communicating with you. And if you have any issues, they'll help you. They'll help you. Some guys are saying some of the Android stuff ain't working. That's some of the newer updates. So I won't do a firmware update. I got one with the original firmware, and that's the best flying one I have. It's the first firmware came out with. It flies the longest, and in my opinion, it flies the best. It's the best. I think, I think it's the best solo I've ever had for, especially flying. It just noticeably flies longer. It gets close to 20 minutes. I've even gotten 21 minutes out of it. None of my other solos do that, not even empty like this one. So, and that's without a gimbal, but even my other ones without a gimbal won't do that. They just don't, they won't fly that long. So at one time, the advertisement was they were supposed to fly around 20 minutes, and they were right. It was the first firmware, I believe. So, I mean, I'm just putting that out there. So this one seems to be original with the first firmware too, but I'm not positive yet. I didn't even look at it. I got so excited I just flew and set the parameters. This is Penny Pack Point out here. I got all the real footage too, which I'm actually going to try to make a real video, but this is just reference stuff. I'm out over top of Penny Pack where it meets the Delaware River. Excellent fly spot. There's a shooting range over there, so I don't go too close, but they're in legal fly space too, so I don't think they ever would take a shot, but it's a whole mess of young guys with guns over there, basically academy police. But yeah, you never know. They got I hear a 50 caliber over there sometimes. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? I'd love to have a 50 caliber just to mess around with and blow things up and shoot stuff. Stuff's fun, but have to take it to a range or have your own property where you can test stuff like that. But yeah, man, this creek is amazing out here. This is what I want it for, so I can see what's out there with it. You even with a boat, you don't know what it's hard to get a get a full picture in there. So coming around here and flying over top of the creek and seeing what we're looking at, and you know, I do fish. I'm gonna do some fishing in the winter, but you know, it's been a while since I fished. These quadcopters took my fishing time. I just go with my buddy now, and go with my wife, and go, you know, I just bring my quad, and that's how I get all the fly time in. So yeah, man, this is it. You see the water right through those pads. So I don't know how good the audio is here, and I'm moving the camera around. Might be a little scratchy, but yeah, this is what I'm viewing. It's fine. Its FPV system is fine. Some guys are using goggles. I like using a shade. It's you know, you could look up. I'm constantly looking at the quadcopter. Try never to take my eyes off it. Even though it'll sit there by itself, I try never to take my eyes off it. I learned, you know, if I got the up air one, you take your eyes off it, it's gone. 300 feet, 400 feet, you'll lose it. It's, you know, and you just won't see it. It just disappears against the clouds and sky, you know, so easy. But solo doesn't have that issue. Solo's really good for seeing in a lot of different situations, even at night. Low light, you can see those lights, man. Solo was set up to be seen. And that's partly why it's so good if you like flying a little bit further than normal, you know. You can see it. But yeah, this was a good flight. It was a good time today with this product. Really glad I got it. That's about it. It's going to wrap up soon. Fly around here, and I bring it down low passes. The GoPro, you'd have to set it up for lower light situations, but I keep it like this. The GoPro likes light, and so does a lot of these better cameras. They like light, man. They want the sun up and bright. To where the Up Air One is and the Bebop, they do a lot better in lower light, I have to admit. But yeah, and the quality too, like all these qualities, you know, the quality's excellent, like on the, take it off the TF card, but loading it takes so long to load it. I don't know if it's worth it, you know. It ain't that much better. I mean, it's better, but I mean, you know, we're not inspectors. I'm not looking for cracks in a wall. I'm just, you know, surveying around, but we'll see as it gets better. Maybe I get a better app, or come up with a better system. I've been thinking about that. If I get a PC, I might be able to, you know, take it and do what I'm doing without an app. That would be ideal. The app is kind of in the way. The app's knocking the quality down, then YouTube's knocking the quality down, or wherever I place it, and you know, it's just washes it out. That's why I think, like, I don't mind, like, it doesn't really knock 1080p down. But if I go to try to load like 4K or 2.7K, it doesn't seem to really load it like that. It comes out like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be as good as 1080p, you know? But yeah, no glitches or nothing. The only time I ever have glitches and I stopped actually flying when it was real hot is when the temps were up above 95 degrees. That 95, 100 degree market right in there, man, you're gonna have some issues. So with the camera and all the equipment and everything, it's just too hot, man. So that's about it. Other than that, man, not a glitch. And you know, I thank 3DR for that. I know now there's a ton of free companies out there with making their own apps. It is open source, so anybody can make an app for this and change it and get it, you know, to do what they want. And then, you know, I might even load Tower. I'm not tech savvy yet. Tower's not for a beginner. Tower's a little more complicated. So, and I like controlling the drone. The Tower's really useful if you're going to be a photographer and you're going to let the drone control itself while you control the camera. Okay, that's what that's all about. As far as I can see, it would be fun to send a drone out autonomously watch it make all its waypoints and come home. I'd rather do that with a Bebop, to be honest with you. A little smaller, waiting for parts on my Bebop. That's something I would try with the Bebop. I just, this is a little too big to let it fly by itself, my opinion. But it's made to do it. There we go, straight down. The gimbals is remarkable to be able to look down like that. It's light battery at 25%. I'm getting ready to land now anyhow. So it comes up like that. That's on the 3DR app. And never noticed that before. There's a couple things. I don't know if it's because of the version or, who knows. I never even used all those functions on the standard app. Not even close. I didn't scratch the surface with it. But I do want to try a couple things on the app. Orbits might be interesting. So I got that set up. That's one of the things I'm going to try. This looks like follow me, but I'm just walking and I got it to my back and I know exactly where it's at. Doing a landing and walking away from it, which I said I don't really do, but that's how I did that. Just because I didn't want it to land, and I kind of like to land it exactly where I took off from. I start them off the same way all the time and shut them down the same way. Some of the earlier guys from 3DR used to mention that too, to do it like that. So I just kept doing it. Yeah, it's looking good, man. This is it. That was the end of the flight. That was the second flight with the adjustments on it. You guys seen the whole thing. It linked up. I got 11 satellites in under 30 seconds. Not too bad for a stock solo. The first time it took me a little while.